So I have a couple. I'm going to wait until I can see that there's... Yeah, that's what I felt brewing when I cleared you out. I guess one thing about this is knowing your mares. That stinks. Okay, so I know this mare is pregnant, but the only way to practice the skills that I learned while I was in Texas is to practice my skills, which means a good part of me might just be trying to see a baby at this point. And there's a couple things that we're going over. One of them is that you can actually see the baby from the outside if you ultrasound right in front of their udder. I'm actually not going to use this. One thing about ultrasounds is the only way that the diamonds in it will actually work is if you have a lube. So, we're going to get her wet. Yeah, I should take it off, but it is actually really cold out. So, we're going to get this bare area up here, hopefully very well wet. I just tried to palpate her, which means sticking my hand rectally through to try to view. And it's also, oh my God, your tits are disgusting. Over here. You're gonna clean her tits. Nobody needs those. Dirty. Your stomach is talking so much. It's a little concerning. I guess actually a quiet stomach's more concerning, but there's a lot of things that will make really high anxiety. One is how much I love this mare. And in general, I just don't want to put some bad juju. So, okay, your tits clean. We're gonna get this well lubed up. This was left out in the barn. It does not work nearly as well if we're going rectally in. I believe it said, our vet's note said that the foal is on this side. So we're gonna try to see if there's any way we can see it. My ultrasound. I'm gonna grab some of the thicker lube and rub it around. This won't drip off nearly as much. After I've got to make sure I rub all of this off. And here we go. Now, okay, so funny thing about this mare is that I had just attempted to ultrasound her or palpate her, and one thing I was getting a little nervous about was I kept, she kept, like I could feel a bunch of gas moving around. It would have me more concerned if I didn't find this mare to be one of the gassiest horses I've ever owned. So. Guess what I'm looking for is to see any motion that I'm not creating, something a little less subtle. Her foal might be a little more docile than I thought it would be. There it is. The bottom of this screen should be staying still as I'm not moving, and it is moving. There it is. Holy shit. So, let's see if we can't bug her a little bit and go in the other way. That is pretty fucking cool though. I'm not saying I can see and tell like what exactly I am looking at here. All I know is I was kind of irritating the side, holding on, and down at the bottom of the screen, which I don't think you guys can see all that well. There was quite a bit of motion of it waving through. So she is pregnant. She is about 6 months pregnant. So she's a couple months more pregnant than her mother, who I will be, if I can't feel this one moving around, I will grab a hold of that one. But this is a good time to practice, so that way you're not having to do it. Yes, this is a Clydesdale. I'm trying to get practice now, not when springtime is here and everything needs to be a little more ready. So I am needing more lubricant though, because the lube I have has been broken down in the barn. First things you gotta do, pull out the manure. Always check for any irritation. More lube. This is sterile lube. Like I said, I don't have the non-sterile lube going on right now. So yes, currently, I know this mare is pregnant. My vet has come out, confirmed. There's also no need for my vet to come out and confirm, because I do know that. The thing is, there it goes. She's just a little shy. Huh. So I would have assumed this foal would have been absolutely bonkers. The reason I would have assumed that is because her mother and her dad are hotter than hell. I am referring to her as a girl. We don't know the actual gender of the foal yet. I just secretly only want, not so secretly, only want fillies. I don't like colts. I don't like geldings. So I just am manifesting that it is a female. So go straight down, back, and up to the side. That's a vesicle, too high. Let's just see. She seems... That's a bunch of gas. Easy. I would have figured I would have felt a few more butter clip than this. Usually, maybe it's nap time for this foal. That's the foal though. Okay. So I thought that it was going to have woken up by now in order to hang out with us, but apparently I'm only going to be able to see her from the side. So. I don't think this one will be as exciting to feel out as the other one. The other one, I'm pretty sure, will give us a little bit of a kick. That's actually the mother to this one. The other thing I'm going to end up doing, this one is due in March. The other one's due in April. Late February, March, this one. But they don't really have due dates. Their gestational periods are a range. Did he get you? You are one gassy. That is for sure. That horse has a lot of rootin' tootin' to believe in. Okay, the other one that I want to feel out. Ellie has seemingly been talking to a stud, and she still has a halter on. Perfect. And we're gonna see if she's still talking because she is in heat. So, come here. I have no idea if this horse is gonna let me violate her. She is much younger. Not much. She's a year younger. She seems a little tender-toed. I think they're all gonna enjoy being inside. So yeah, this mare is showing me that she's in heat. The weird thing is I think it's been a while, so she just urinated, and that's a good sign of heat. So we'll figure this one out, and I'll give you guys the results. Thank you.